Hi guys, so the most recent thing I've been working on, sorry for the camera angle change there, and this is the Maulerfiend. So I was looking at this to start with and I thought, you know, I'm not too keen on it. I probably want the Forge Fiend. I'm a very shooty kind of player. However, the more I looked at it, the more it grabbed my attention. It's 125 points. It's cheaper than the Maulerfiend. Sorry, the Forge Fiend. It's got 3 hull points, an armour of 12 on the front and sides, 2 power fists which strike in initiative order because it's a monstrous creature. I think. I could be wrong on that one. Either way, and it's got 5 invulnerable. It causes fear. It's got it will not die. It's got the Daemon Forge rule, and which allows it to choose to once per game reroll to hit, reroll failed to wound, and reroll failed armor penetration rolls at the risk of losing a hull point. It also ignores all terrain. It's got fleet and it's got move through cover. So it's a pretty powerful demon engine. I took one of these. I was going to take 2, but I took one in the tournament I just played. With the Lasher Tendrils, which are these ones here, which minus the attacks of enemies in base to base. The idea was to stop kind of power fists and stuff coming its way, and yeah, it was surprisingly effective. I'm of the old school view that dreadnoughts and the like weren't particularly effective, and I kind of grouped this into the dreadnought category. But the more I used it, there was a certain terror aspect that the players I came up against had for it. So the first game it didn't have a lot of luck. It got immobilised in turn 1 and was just outside range to get into combat really, so that was a little upsetting. Game 2 it got railgunned, but then again those railguns then weren't firing at at anything else, sorry. And then in game 3 it actually got into combat. It wiped out a hellhound and a squad of guardsmen. You know, it did its work. It was really cool. So for 125 points, I'd say this is very much worth it. 135 if you give it the tendrils. Otherwise, it has magma cutters, which score an additional hit if you hit with at least one of your attacks, or 2 hits if you hit with all of your attacks. And I think they've got the melter rule. It's a really handy bit of kit to take. As I say, I'd take 2, and the model itself's just really nice. I really enjoy it. It's a nice stocky looking model, very cool looking. So you can pick it up by the base, you can see a bit more of it. I've done a quick job on it, guys, as I always do with my Black Legion. Covered it with Agrax Earthshade just to finish it off, but it looks very impressive and it's surprisingly large. Let's compare it to the Warpsmith. As you can see, it's a large model. I really like it. So yeah, I would say if you're looking at between the two, the Forge Fiend's a good shooter. The ectoplasma cannons do overheat, remember that. This is a really solid thing to take for the 125 points. I mean, I'd say it's better than a dreadnought or a hellbrute these days, because it's just that speed of which it can move across the battlefield, which is really quite terrifying. It's also got fleet as well, don't forget, so it can really shift it. I'm really impressed. I'm going to want several of these in my larger army, probably 3 or 4, just to kind of have that support element. And I may well take some of these in my Iron Warriors army, because it actually states in the fluff that you can take them. The Iron Warriors take quite a few of them. So yeah, that's the Maulerfiend, guys. Give it a chance. A lot of people have ummed and ahed and have not been too keen and have taken the Forge Fiend over the Maulerfiend. Try it out, because I wasn't convinced until I saw it. It didn't have a lot of luck. That's because people were terrified of it. And with a 12-inch move and a 2d6 rerollable charge, I'm not surprised. So yeah, that's the Maulerfiend, guys. I'm really pleased with it. As I say, quick job, but you know, it's done the job. It looks all right, and yeah, we're going to be moving on to our next stage of my projects. So cheers for watching. Cheers for subscribing as ever, and any feedback, as always, would be very much appreciated. I will get the camera fixed, guys, but it won't be for a little while, so I do apologise about the shakiness of the film. Cheers, thanks for watching, I'll see you later, bye bye.